and welcome to another installment of HNN Overtime, the Hawaii News Now Sports Podcast, coming to you from the HNN Digital Center. I am Kyle Chinen, joined as always by Cienna Pilotin, Davis Pittner. Got a full crew today. What is up, my friends?
Good to be back.
Yeah,
good to be back. Another week.
Football season.
Football
underway.
season.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a crazy time of the year in the September, November, fall times, but we will be getting into a lot of the UH game against UAlbany. But staying on the topic of UH, we want to start things off obviously with everything going on Maui right now as far as relief efforts. A pretty cool thing that the UH athletics department did. They sent about 50 student athletes, couple coaches over to the Valley Isle this past week and spent the day just at distribution centers, donating their time, handing out supplies, and yeah, it was really cool.
That is so cool.
That's
you know,
awesome.
you hear about all these stories about people giving back, and it's nice to see that UH is doing the same thing and giving back to the community over there. I mean, it's been a really rough time for, you know, all of the entire state of Hawaii, for everyone on Maui, especially Lahaina. And, you know, our thoughts and prayers are out for you guys. And, you know, what a cool story. I mean, tell us more about it, Kyle. You know, what was it like? Yeah,
so they sent all those athletes out, and we're just basically starting in Kahului at a distribution center there. Multiple sports: baseball, softball, football. I saw water polo, I said softball already. I'm sorry, but just a bunch of different sports. Just kind of, you know, assembly lining supplies and talking to the people. And, you know, for, you know, UH to be able to, you know, they always talk about representing the state, playing for the state, Hawaii across their chest, things like that. I thought it was pretty cool that it wasn't just words, right? They took the initiative to go out there and you know, just volunteer some of that time. And there are a couple of Maui natives, a couple of Lahaina natives on the football team and the baseball team that were out there, and you know, they shared their stories and things like that. It was just really, really touching, I think, for them and the rest of the guys that went out.
Yeah, I gotta say too. I mean, you were actually, you know, over there too. You know, what was that experience like for you?
It's hard to find the right word, but surreal. You know, going to Maui as a child, you kind of as an Oahu native, you know, you kind of have this picture of Maui and some of the neighbor islands in your head, but to go back now as an adult and to just see what it is now, surreal. Me and Jolani Martinez, our other reporter, we also need to get her on the podcast. She is a former high school and collegiate athlete, cheerleader, so shout out Jolani. But we were out there for a week telling stories, getting to see a little bit of Lahaina, and it was surreal. That's the only word that really comes to mind for my personal experience of that trip. But yeah, the athletes, I got a chance to catch up with some of the baseball team that got to go on that trip this week. Ben Ziglanamoa, Lahaina native, Baldwin Bear alum. So just hearing what they had to say was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, sports-wise, too, it's, you know, you hear about people giving back. You hear about The Rock and Oprah, but it's cool seeing the sports community giving back, too, you know, from across the nation. I mean, Marcus Mariota giving back.
And it's cool because you see these athletes in their big time, and you see them on screen and stuff, but you see them actually, like, remember that they're from Hawaii and be proud of it, and, you know, in times of need, they step up. Like, that's just so important, I think.
And I think for them too, they realize kind of the responsibility or Mariota or you know, like Kamu Grugier-Hill with the Panthers and Kaimi Fairbairn and the Texans, the kicker. You know, they realize the responsibility they have as athletes to not only represent but to do something for their home. And I think a lot of them say that, you know, if they can be like just a moment of you know, escapism or joy, then, you know, that's something that they can do. So I know for a fact a lot of the Hawaii-born players in any sport at any level are going to be, you know, it's just that little extra notch whenever they play.
Yeah, I mean, also Max Holloway, too. I mean, we're talking about athletes. I got to say, that was really special. I mean, wearing red for the first time in his career. And just the fact that he won too, it just kind of made it a little bit more special.
That was really like you got chicken skin.
Yeah, that's
especially it was so fresh after everything that happened, and you know, even speaking of fighters, Ilimele McFarland doing her part. I know she's got a championship bout on the way, but she took her time to talk about this and do her part. So just athletes coming together for this cause has just been special to see. And you know, we have a little bit of an interview. I want to show you guys. I want to take a listen. I want you guys to listen in on Ben Ziegler Namoa and kind of his experience going back to his hometown. You've kind of seen Maui, Lahaina, kind of what it looks like, but you know, you were telling me some of your teammates, some of the other guys in the athletics department, this was their first time seeing it. You know, kind of what was just the experience like with the athletes to go over there yesterday and kind of help out and kind of just see things firsthand?
I'm honestly, it was kind of an unreal thing to see, knowing that, like, as a Lahaina native, not only I was going through it, I think everyone felt that, whether you were from California or you were from Texas. I mean, all the sports that were there are from all over the world, and I think everyone just felt the sorrow. I mean, I've never been on a bus and it just go dead quiet like that. It was really touching, and man, it was unreal.
And I'm sure, you know, in the last month you've been dealing with a lot yourself, but to know that, you know, UH kind of put this thing together for you and the other athletes to go out and help the community and help, you know, at the distribution sites, you know, kind of what did that mean to you, and you know, what did it mean for you to be a part of it?
It meant so much, honestly. I mean, it was not what I expected at all, if I'm being completely honest. The love we got, but I mean, the love we got to hand out was so much more important. I mean, we went to a shelter and people were crying, and just to see the emotions come out of people, it was really touching, and I was happy that we could have a really small impact on the community at that day, for sure.
And yeah, you know, some of the tell me about some of maybe the reactions of maybe when you guys got on the plane to come back to Oahu from some of the teammates that this was their first time. Kind of what were they saying, and kind of how were you guys kind of just either bonding or just kind of, you know, talking amongst each other after going through this experience?
I think everyone's eyes kind of opened up a little bit. I think after going there, I think people realize that you can be grateful for so much, and that life's never really that simple and hard. And I mean, those people lost everything, and they saw it firsthand. I've seen it multiple times firsthand, and I mean, it's just gratefulness and humbleness. That was the feeling I got. I've never felt my voice so free before.
And you know, feel free to not go into this or anything, but just did you lose anybody in the fires?
I didn't lose anybody specifically, but I know some people for sure. The Belosis family. She was actually my kindergarten, second grade teacher. Her parents died, and a couple other people. I mean, I know hundreds of homes that got burnt down, and I know their families, and I'm just praying for them.
And you know, when you guys were at the distribution center, and just kind of just chugging along, you know, did you know, Coach was saying, you know, you guys were working for an hour and things were just flying. Did it feel like an hour, or did it just kind of, you know, turn your brain off and just kind of go?
It literally felt like 5 minutes. I think all of us could agree it felt like 5 minutes, which is a really good thing. I mean, it really meant that we all cared about this so much. And I mean, the work we were putting in was just a little amount of what really could be put into work. And I can't wait to go home, honestly, and put more work in for my community.
And my last one for you is, you know, I kind of asked Coach about it, and you were just kind of listening in. And I know season is miles away from right now, but, you know, you've always played for, you know, your hometown, for your home island whenever you step out on a diamond. But, you know, this year in particular, you know, is there just a little bit more juice to, you know, put on a show to, you know, kind of help bring a little bit of joy, whether it be for 9 innings or a season. You know, how much more of a motivation do you have now going into this year?
I mean, it's always been a win it program here, and I think that won't change. But for me internally, I've felt a little more responsibility almost to the people. I mean, and whatever I do on the field, I mean, it's for them at the end of the day, and it's just an honor, and I am praying for everyone.
And that was just a little bit of Ben Ziegler-Namoa and some of the stories and kind of what he went through on that experience. Again, super insightful, super emotional, I'm sure, for him and the rest of the athletes. Yeah, just super cool experience and just really humbling, like they said in that interview. We will shift gears a little bit. Bear with us. My brain is running at like 50% right now if you hear the to UH football. Staying on the topic of UH, they got their first win
there we go.
of the season against UAlbany, the Great Danes.
The Great Danes.
What an interesting mascot.
It's interesting.
And you know, all three of us actually were at that game. Davis as a fan, as a spectator, us on the field.
Yeah.
Just kind of from your perspective, kind of that perched perspective, I want to hear what you thought.
Did have a perched
you had a really high POV.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, that was, I wasn't at the previous home game, so this was the first one for me, and that tunnel entrance was actually kind of cool.
Isn't it
crazy,
I gotta
right?
give a shout out to UH. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that was, it kind of got you going a little bit.
Shout
Hearing
out,
the drums,
Well, Eric Matthews, you know, he came out on
I
our
saw him
show.
on the field too. I could spot him.
He was
well done. Yeah,
attached
well done.
at the hip with Billy, just doing his thing.
Man, what a duo.
I know, that's the dynamic duo, but wasn't that crazy?
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I got to say, I'm really impressed. UH, great job. Was impressed by that, but the game itself, overall, UH had a pretty good game.
Solid.
It was like a solid game. You know, I think both teams fought really hard.
Yeah.
And what?
I
what is?
thought we could have done better.
I mean, yeah.
I think
yeah.
talent-wise, the amount of talent we have compared to their roster, like we should have blown them out of the water. I think.
Yeah. So
we made
that's.
a lot of mistakes.
I was just gonna say that.
Mistakes.
What they had, and you have to look to. I mean, the amount of penalties that they had.
Yes.
Mental.
That's been a lot of mental errors, and that's not just this game too. It's been like the past games.
It bled in from that Stanford game where you have all those targeting penalties and
turnovers at the most inopportune times at the the worst place to get a turnover on the field. Or on our own 20. Like that's just not gonna happen. It can't happen every week.
Shager stats: 266 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
See, the thing is with Shager and this offense is, like when you watch, literally all 3 games that they've played. If you just watch the second half highlights, this team is 3-0. And this team is on fire.
That's the thing. When it mattered the most, everybody showed up.
Right.
Like offense, defense. Like the fourth quarter, I kept telling Kyle, I was like, all right, this is where we end it. And then we did.
Yeah. Finally.
It just took really long.
Yeah.
Like if we had done that in the second quarter, the third quarter, it could have been over early.
Yeah. And it's just, you keep asking Coach Chang, you keep kind of bringing it up, like the slow starts. Like if you guys can fire on all cylinders from the jump, these games aren't close, or these games are a little bit more manageable in the third and fourth quarter than having to, play catch up in the second half. So, I mean, they got the win, but I think the consensus for a lot of people, a lot of fans is there's just still so much to just button up for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that post-game interview, too. I mean, Timmy, he didn't seem happy about that at all. It seemed more like, we won, but it wasn't really a win in my books. You can do better. And I think that's the thing with UH. I mean, they have to be better. If they want to do well this season, they're going to have to do better and keep moving on, keep evolving every single week. Or else we're just going to get into this cycle, of maybe win 1, lose the next 2. So it's something that they're going to have to learn from, hopefully get better this week. And, Oregon's a tough matchup. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Oh man,
the Ducks, man.
Yeah.
On the road,
Yeah.
it's going to be a tough one.
yeah. And it's and like you talk about Shager, it's not that he's. I mean, like, yeah, the 3 interceptions last game wasn't his best performance, but statistically speaking, he's one of the top statistical quarterbacks in the country right now. He's first in passing. Granted, we did play week 0, and the likes of Caleb Williams, Shedeur Sanders, they're one game behind.
Yes.
But just to be able to put up these numbers early as opposed to kind of. You look at last year, and they seemed to be. I don't want to sound so rude, but they seemed to be allergic to the end zone in that first half of that season.
Yeah.
So it's a welcome sight, but like we said, they just kind of gotta just get off to a hot start because for Oregon going into Oregon week, you saw what they did to Portland State. Yeah, I mean they
Puddles the Duck did a lot of push-ups for their mascot Puddles.
It was a basketball game.
It was a basketball game.
Yeah, it really was.
So if they can get off to a hot start, to kind of jump the gun a little bit, they can make it competitive. Texas Tech kept it competitive with the Ducks. So you just gotta find that rhythm and get that early because when you talk about a receiving core that kind of felt depleted last year, you got guys. They have
guys.
You have Pefele Ashlock, Stephen McBride, Jonah Pinoke coming back from injury. He got himself a touchdown last week. So you gotta imagine, you gotta give these weapons, you gotta give these guys a shot for them to do their thing, and that could make for a pretty exciting matchup. I know I'm a big uniform guy, and the Ducks are wearing.
That's
man.
all. Yeah.
They're so saucy, man. They're so good.
It's like low key the green I wish has. It's because Oregon's current green is like the retro green, right?
Yeah,
with the rainbows.
The retro.
And the Ducks are wearing green helmets, green jerseys, yellow pants, and that's like classic Oregon.
And there's like that like nice glitter to it.
It's that nice shine.
It's shiny.
The chrome wings.
Uniforms. I think
every time they hit it out of the park.
Every time. They don't miss.
They don't miss.
Nike gets it right for them.
Uncle Phil.
It's Nike.
Yeah.
It really is Phil. Yeah.
Phil Knight.
We talk about him like we know him, like Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil did it again.
He's done it. How has he done it again? But he's done it. But hey, I will say, me and Cienna were noticing this past weekend. I don't know if they did something, but those helmets, they look a little different.
I literally told Kyle, I was like, those helmets are nice. Like, I would buy one on the spot.
There's a little bit of
shiny. Yeah. It was a little more shiny than normal.
There's a little twinkle in
it. They had a little twinkle in them. Under the Manoa lights, like, it was looking good.
And like it rained pregame.
It was a little rainy, a little shiny.
A little bit of Manoa mist.
I was going to say. It was a little humid that game, too.
It was.
I just put my hair up for a little bit.
I had the jacket on, but it was like only for the pockets because I had a bunch of batteries and the plastic, the trash bag that I used to cover the camera. But yeah, it was a little bit humid. But I don't know what the weather is in Oregon this time. Maybe you know. What's the Oregon weather like?
It's always raining. It's always raining.
That's true.
Maybe Davis knows exactly what it's going to be this weekend.
as a Linfield alum.
As a Linfield alum, I could tell you Oregon's weather is always raining and always cloudy. Maybe we had sunlight for 15 minutes and everyone would rush outside and we're like, wow, this is like what the sun looks like. And then I could go away and then you go back inside. Then we'd be all sad again. Yeah, I mean, I can only assume
really
it's.
Sold me on Oregon. I am sold.
Let's take a trip.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go though, it's for the Nike uniforms. For
That's true.
That's what you got going for you in Oregon.
So
if you want to go, I would just go for those uniforms. See what they're wearing.
Literally just for the uniforms. And for the UH team, they'll just have to deal with a raucous Autzen Stadium because we've all seen, as people,
stadium gets loud.
As Hawaii natives, as people who grew up here and kind of idolizing and growing up watching some of the the phenoms of Hawaii-born athletes. You got to mention Mariota with the Ducks. That was an era.
That was an era.
It was, yeah.
So you know how crazy and raucous.
I remember seeing a game. I went over there to an Oregon game. Yeah, and Marcus was playing. And that was the cool. I will still always remember it. He was like on the 5-yard line. And the play went wrong. He ran to the right and did a flip like over a player. It was the craziest play. I still remember it today. Like that's how I knew I'm like this quarterback is different. He's like
Oregon Marcus was different.
Yeah. That was an
he was.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
So also we were talking about this too. Kind of there's a slight chance that he might be there at the game on Saturday because
really?
The Eagles play on Thursday Night Football, so they got a long weekend.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not.
I don't know. Do you think he's making the trip out there?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
They're playing Hawaii. Maybe. You know, the local ties. You know how crazy it would be for those Oregon fans that go to the Oregon Hawaii game if Hawaii's golden boy and Oregon's golden boy was there, just hoisting the Heisman Trophy
in the rain.
Yeah.
In the rain, yeah, exactly.
In the rain,
yeah.
all sad.
In the rain, also.
in his distinct Nike rain gear, like
yeah.
I can picture it already.
We can see it on the Pac-12 network.
On the
Good luck finding that channel.
I know. RIP to the Pac-12. This is their farewell tour.
This is it.
It really is.
Yes.
But hey, you gotta admit they are cooking folks right now.
And that's the thing that really just like the script writers did not see this.
Yeah, the college football script writers did not like this.
The Pac-12 is killing people out there.
Yeah.
Which I love because that content is just so amazing.
I love it.
Like they all wanted to cancel the Pac-12. Here we are.
You got Caleb Williams at SC, Oregon's rolling with Bo Nix. You got Shedeur Sanders and Coach Prime over in Colorado.
Yeah, they're cooking.
Coach Prime. I still can't believe that first win.
That
for Colorado.
And the second, like they're really just.
He's
like,
kind of changing that program around.
He really
is.
Quickly. Like I thought it would take a season or two.
Right.
He came in and immediately started.
Yeah,
winning.
Coach Prime.
I'm a believer. Like I believe.
I'm sold. I am on that bandwagon right now.
And
it's all because of that one player. What? Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Guy who plays both ways.
I got to meet Travis Hunter.
What?
At the Polynesian Bowl.
Really?
He was a Polynesian Bowl All-Star 2 years ago.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Yeah. And he, I interviewed him after a practice one time because obviously he was the #1 recruit in the country, and I'm just like, why'd you come to the Polynesian Bowl when you pretty much have your recruitment locked up?
Yeah.
But he just wanted to come experience
played in everything?
Yeah.
Wow, good for him.
I didn't even know that. Wow, that's crazy.
I think I have to look this up, but I won't. I think he was the MVP of the game.
I mean, he's pretty saucy.
He's pretty good.
That would make sense.
Yeah. And I think that that was right around the time he announced Jackson State to go to Coach Prime and all that. But I mean, look at him now.
The script writers, man, they get us every time.
Every time, the script writers. I mean, speaking of script writers, I mean, I know we're kind of going on a tangent. We're going to keep going through football, but speaking of Colorado, this weekend they have Colorado State, Mountain West opponent of Hawaii.
That's reality TV
that
in itself. You don't want to watch reality TV, college football.
Right,
they're chirping.
I know, and it's just like Colorado State was one of those teams where it's like, okay, yeah, in-state rivalry, but there really wasn't any like, there wasn't no like trash talking or like, it's just gonna be a competitive game. That's what Coach Prime was saying, but. When the head coach of Colorado State kind of throws some jabs at Colorado, that's in the words of Coach Prime, it's personal now.
Oh,
and
you can't be doing that.
He took it personal.
Yeah, you can't be doing that to him.
So that should be an exciting game.
I'm excited. I just you don't bet against Coach Prime.
No, you just can't at this point. I just don't understand any of the doubters anymore. Like they're a legit team.
They really are.
They are, yeah.
Like the Pac-12 is going to be exciting to watch. Going into like their championship and college football playoffs and things like that. But yeah, I mean, just to see a Mountain West team go up against the Pac-12, and then I know Hawaii has Colorado State later down the line, so that's the connection. We're just gonna look at that now and like put that in the back of the head.
That's true.
A little bit of a
see
stretch.
how we do against Oregon.
Yeah.
One week at a time.
Right.
1 week at a time.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody kind of the kickoff time. So it's like we said on the Pac-12 network, Saturday, Oregon, Hawaii. That is 2 p.m. Hawaii time on the Pac-12 network. For people who want to check that out. And also, by the way, Oregon is the number 13th ranked team in the country. So,
yep.
So
a lot of eyes.
That.
Yeah, a lot of eyes.
So
yeah.
there's that.
You know, like even if this is really just a good kind of learning experience too for UH. I feel like you got to play against someone better in order to get better.
Oh, for sure.
Like this is a good way to see how, you know, a highly ranked team plays and you know what you kind of do to slow them down anyway. Is there a way, you know, how do we improve from this? So
I mean, Oregon has guys that are going into the league after this. So this is a good matchup for these guys to learn what it means to compete against guys who will be in the NFL next year.
Yeah. And, you know, for Hawaii too, like how do you bounce back after, you know, losing one of your key guys on defense, and how do you kind of, you got to, and it's not just one of those things where like, oh, well, he's down for a game, we'll reassess. He's, you know, Logan Taylor, the starting linebacker for the Rainbow Warriors, out with a knee for the rest of the year. So obviously, you know, thoughts and prayers to him. Speedy recovery. Hopefully he can get that exemption because he only played 3 games. Hopefully he can get that exemption to come back because he was a senior. But, you know, that's a big loss in the middle of that UH defense.
Yeah. And as a leader, too. Like, Logan Taylor's so talented. But, he was, like, the leader of that defense. Yeah. And I know a lot of the coaches look towards him. So that's just devastating. Yeah.
So a lot of storylines going into Saturday, but should be an exciting one, guys.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So football season also means fantasy football season.
Favorite time of the year. Favorite time of the year.
Exciting. I know the 3 of us are in a league together.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
How are you guys doing?
Not too hot. I'm going to say to start off the year, I took an L to start the year, but, you know, not the greatest of starts.
Yeah, I would have to say there, too. A heavy loss to Steve Uehara. That was a rough one. He looked at me the next day, and he was like, how did your team do? I'm like, Steve, all right. See how it is. Yeah.
Was it close?
No,
his team was really good.
I mean,
his team killed me. Yeah,
Steve was pretty active in the draft, I will say.
That's true.
I for one was not. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I picked my first couple players. I did Josh Allen and Diggs, and then I had
that's good.
That was good. Yeah, I started off strong.
Yeah.
And then I had to do This Is Now afternoon show.
No.
Yeah. I was like, all right, you know.
We were drafting on a Monday.
On a Monday.
Auto pick, don't let me down. And then I get Jonathan Taylor, who of course isn't playing. So.
Oh no!
Like auto pick did me dirty.
That's so disrespectful.
That's
we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how it goes this year.
The algorithm said he'll sign somewhere.
He'll literally sign. Maybe week
We'll
17.
see.
But
Yeah.
he gonna sign.
Yeah.
He'll make a
We'll see what
playoff push
happens.
with someone that's not the Colts.
Yeah.
Hey,
who?
the Chiefs are welcome.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that.
We'll
I
take
wouldn't
you.
mind that.
I mean, they need something.
We need wide receivers, but
That's
that's
true.
different
Yeah.
conversation.
That's
but
yeah.
yes, we do.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you can catch a ball,
The
At
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
At Chiefs.
Slide
At
in the
Kansas
DMs.
City. Yeah. Kansas City MO.
MO.
But yeah. Speaking of losses, my L was courtesy of Sunrise executive producer Ryan Wilson.
Oh, man.
He got me by like a good 20-something points. Yeah, not the biggest outcome, but my first pick, if I remember correctly, was Saquon Barkley. So I mean, he was like probably the most productive person on my team.
Wow.
This week. And then I got Jared Goff. I know that's a
That's a
touchy subject
for, me
for
right
you
now.
and the Lions. How did your team fare?
So we all took losses
Oh,
this
no.
week, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I took a loss
It's
to
rough.
High Now's Kanoa Carlson. So that was
Notice
great.
how the HNN young people are just getting bullied week one
Yeah.
by
Bullied.
by the vets
really
of
was,
HNN.
yeah. My draft did not go as planned, like at all. And then I don't know why Kyle's laughing so hard. I just have a hard time when it comes to like betting how much to go for on a guy, and I just would give up. And like I lost a lot of players that I wanted. I was too conservative with my money. So then when I looked back halfway through the draft, I was like, I don't have anyone. I don't have any stars. I have a whole lot of depth. But I need a Stephon Diggs or a Justin Jefferson. And I was stuck with like Gabe Davis.
That's the hard part with
I don't
Gabe Davis, but
I don't like this draft format.
The auction draft. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we're doing the auction draft in this.
I literally finished the draft with $37 left.
$37.
Didn't know what to do with it.
$37 that just went to waste.
Yeah, literally.
Because I was so conservative, and then when everyone started betting $1, $2 for players, I was like, I have all this money left. That is literally a Josh Allen right there.
Right.
That is a Nick Chubb right there. And it went to waste. And so the next day, everyone was like, so what was your strategy? Well, I didn't plan on having $37 left. But I'm just not a fan of the auction style. It's just
it's hard. To
our league commissioner, who will remain nameless on this episode, if you're watching and listening, next year I will start a petition to get back to a normal style draft and not the auction style, because that really took a lot of us out of our game plan, because that was I had never done that kind of style of draft before I joined this league when I joined HNN, and I was really blindsided by it, and I'm still getting blindsided by it every single year we do it. But hopefully this week will be the week I get it.
Well, I'm playing Davis.
Well, we'll see.
Oh no!
I'm literally playing Davis right now.
Oh no! Trouble in paradise.
So we'll see how that goes for you.
We'll see how it goes. Cienna's team is off to a hot start right now.
What can I say?
Game hasn't finished yet, but Swift is. Yeah. That was a good pick by you this week.
Thank you. Yeah. I also tried to get Puka.
Oh, Puka Nakua.
I tried going for him too.
How much did you go? Yeah. How much did you bet?
I forgot. I was like, it's been a bore. This week has been like, how much did you bet?
$0.
I'm pretty sure mine was like $1 or something. Like,
I was so shocked when I got that email notification saying you did not get Puka for $0.
Puka Nakua, wide receiver for the Los Angeles Rams, BYU product. Also, Polynesian Bowl product as well. He was a member of the Polynesian Bowl.
Wow.
Did you also meet him?
No, that was before. I think I was still in college when he was in high school doing the Polynesian Bowl.
That's
so that
crazy.
That might have been kind of Carlson's time back when he was in sports. But no, he was an all-star there for the Polynesian Bowl, BYU standout. I think he was he undrafted or low draft pick for the Rams? But yeah, he burst onto the scene, and apparently, according to the internet, everybody wants a piece of Puka.
Yes, okay. Anyways. But yeah, I was seeing people comment on Twitter that they were spending like $30 on Puka, like for their waivers, and I was like, so my $0 is just not
it wasn't enough?
anything to you?
I think I get it. I mean, he had like 15 targets, I think.
I know.
Well, and as soon as Cooper Kupp was out, everyone should have flocked. Well, I even picked up Van Jefferson because I was like, he for sure is
like right. If it wasn't Cooper,
it has
it's
to
Van.
Be, but it was not.
It
was some BYU kid. Sorry, Puka.
I mean, let's just be real here. The minute Cooper Kupp is healthy and back in the game, I don't know if this
is him back onto my.
I don't know how productive Puka Nakua is going to be for the Rams, but he will. Hey, good for him getting that opportunity and getting that shot. But no, he might be a superstar. Who knows what the Rams are going to do in the next 2 to 3 years.
I had friends like before like that really do follow like the NFL and like all these guys coming out of college, and they all talked about Puka. So I didn't have him on my radar.
Me neither.
I can't say I watched many BYU games.
Unless they're playing Hawaii, we don't really follow BYU
not too much.
This is true.
But yeah, he might be a superstar, but someone who is a bona fide superstar in the office.
I don't know where you're going.
Is Cienna Pilotin, and guess what? Her birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cienna. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, guys.
That was
I
pretty
wish
good.
So I wish for a fantasy win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in 3 leagues, so I would like 3 wins. So I'd like
Run the
3
table.
Wins, a Chiefs win,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's it. Oh, and Puka Nuka.
Yeah, Puka Nakua. Yeah, Puka Nakua.
Yeah, and Puka.
Yeah, and Chili's. Davis,
Sure.
are you a Chili's man?
I am a Chili's man.
What is your
Oh,
order?
yeah, what do you get?
You know that it's like how the big platter or something where you got like the ribs, the corn,
Oh, the
fries.
smokehouse or whatever?
That one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one is my order. I get that every time. Yeah.
I'm a two-way player. So like
Oh.
either I get that
Call him Travis
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah, I'm Travis
Travis
Hunter.
Hunter.
Call me Travis Hunter at the Chili's. I'm going playing both ways. So I either get that with the ribs and the corn
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right? Or I just get a triple dipper.
That's me.
Triple dip.
There it is.
Okay.
You'll find me there.
So like
You will find me there.
and like obviously with the triple dipper and everything, there's options for you. What's your rotation? What's your
Okay,
starting 3?
So I like the Honey Crispers.
Ooh.
Okay.
The honestly, you can't go wrong because the cheese curds are good, the mozzarella sticks are good, the egg rolls are good. Like honestly, you can
Mozzarella's
just
really good.
The mozzarella
rotate them.
hits.
Mozzarella's good.
Some margaritas and then that little like lava cake.
Wow.
I mean, all for like $10. You're literally
That's a
pretty
deal.
good.
You're literally
That's a
lying.
deal.
Also, we
Yeah.
are not sponsored or
We are
endorsed
not
by
sponsored.
Chili's
Not at all.
Hawaii,
Not at all.
but
But
Yeah.
it is my birthday.
but
so if
Chili's, if you're watching this,
if you're watching,
that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
that would be great.
But yeah, I can just picture it now. Cienna with the fam and the little candle on the lava cake.
Yeah.
It's
wheeled out
every time.
every time.
I will say though, like when I lived in Vegas, my birthday dinner was always In-N-Out.
Ooh.
I'm like,
Yep.
I was just like, just take me to In-N-Out. Like, so this is my second year not having In-N-Out. It's my birthday dinner. It's so sad, but Chili's is gonna be a good.
Chili's is a good
That's gonna
second.
be a good one.
Growing up, Davis, did you have like a go-to like birthday restaurant or birthday meal?
It's In-N-Out.
Oh,
yeah, same
okay.
as Cienna.
Oh my
yeah.
god, yeah.
No, it was always In-N-Out. In-N-Out was the place to go, even after games too. Everyone head to In-N-Out. Birthdays, same thing.
That.
It's just a California
It's
thing.
so
It's
good.
really anywhere thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Anywhere
true.
there's an In-N-Out, it's
That's
just
their
part of you.
go-to.
So
Yeah.
good, yeah.
yeah.
I guess growing up here on Oahu, it's after games or stuff. It's always been a Zippy's or a McDonald's.
Zippy's.
Because they're open
Zippy's,
late.
yeah.
Yep.
Right after the game, you take off the pads, you clean yourself off, and then head over to the Zippies. Well,
Yeah.
because varsity games are at like 7 o'clock
Oh,
over
yeah.
here, and then
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like me and Cienna have gone to high school games where sometimes the JV
Oh,
doesn't
man.
like they stall, so the
Yeah.
varsity doesn't kick off till 8 o'clock, and so by the time you're out of the game, you're done taking talking family and all that, and then your boys are just starving because you haven't eaten anything since
Yeah,
pregame
time to
meal.
go to Zippy's.
Literally
Yeah.
Zippies. But yeah, so In-N-Out for birthdays.
So good.
I know.
Yeah.
When I was living on Maui, I also agree with you. Zippy's was it because that was the only place there that actually stayed open.
That's
like,
true.
For sure.
That's true. For me, it's pretty cool. So nowadays, our tradition, because me and my grandma, our birthdays are like 3 days apart.
Aw.
So
Oh,
we go
nice.
to Tanaka, Tokyo, the little teppanyaki restaurant.
Yes.
We love
Ooh.
going to that because
y'all fancy.
yeah, that's my grandma's choice. I have to
No,
go
I
with
like
what
it.
grandma wants to go.
Davis, it
That's
was just your
good.
birthday too. Right?
Yeah,
It was
a
just
couple
my
of
birthday,
Virgos
yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Virgos.
Seriously,
Yeah.
what did you do?
My mom came into town
Aw.
for my birthday, and we all went and got chicken katsu because I'm a big
Nice.
chicken katsu
Yes,
guy.
you are. Yes.
Are you
Over
really?
at Pro Ridge, yeah. Big
Ooh.
chicken katsu guy. So it was good. It was a good dinner over there.
I all I know is like whenever we have like office like lunches or
Davis
like
likes-
potlucks,
I didn't know
either
that
if no
about
one
you.
if
Every
no
time,
one signs
yeah.
up for chicken katsu, Davis will bring it. But if someone brings it, it's on his plate.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that about
automatically
you.
on my
Automatic.
plate. Yeah.
Yeah, but happy birthday, happy belated to
Lots of
Davis.
Virgos. Happy
Yes.
birthday to
Couple
all the Virgos.
To all the Virgos.
All the Virgos.
Yeah.
But it is Cienna Pilotin Day here in the
Thanks,
state of
guys.
Hawaii.
It is.
Oh, know.
Someone get Rick Blangiardi.
I was just gonna say, call up the mayor.
Call up the mayor. It's officially Cienna Pilotin Day. But yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
thanks,
Cienna.
guys.
Happy
you guys
birthday.
Are the best.
Yes, and with that, we will leave you with that. Thank you so much again for watching or listening to this episode of HNN Overtime. To catch this one or any of the previous ones, you can head to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get the rest of our HNN podcasts, or check out the video version on the HNN YouTube channel. That's where you get to see us pretty much act a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, thank you so much for listening or watching. Aloha.